Peace and love, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Sheldon and I help people ascend their consciousness and discover the path to enlightenment. Now, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, magical, beautiful day. I am sending everyone a lot of love, a lot of healing, a lot of positive energy once again, guys. And I just want to welcome you back to the Great Awakening series. And today I want to talk about something a little bit more esoteric and metaphysical. And I've been doing a lot of research on people like Dolores Cannon, Bashar. If you guys don't know who these people are, I would highly suggest going out and do some research. I'm going to link some stuff in the description below. Dolores did deep hypnosis therapy for thousands of patients, and she was able to access, this information that was very consistent with all of her patients that, told her about how the universe works, just like why we're here, our history, all that stuff. And it's very, very intriguing information. It all touches the soul. It all makes sense, right? So when you vibrate on a certain frequency, this esoteric information does make sense to some people, but I highly suggest going out and doing your own research. So I've been doing some research on Bashar, and essentially, stick with me here, Bashar is an entity that is channeled by Daryl Anka, and from a different dimension or planet or whatever you want to call it, and essentially gives information about, once again, the same sort of topics. And it seems like this information is very consistent with other metaphysical practices, other people that do this stuff, mediums. All this type of information is pretty consistent across the board, right? So Bashar in 2019, he was channeled in 2019. He's channeled consistently, but in 2019 there was a channeling, and essentially he was saying that, for lack of better terms, if we use our English, that 2020 is going to be absolutely nuts. And obviously he was correct. He said the best thing to do is to stay in the eye of the storm. And this kind of hit home with me because, I see a lot of people maybe running away from these things, giving into it, fearing it, being angry about it, not at peace with it. And essentially what Bashar is saying here is, you need to be in the eye of the storm, or it could be a metaphor for being in the center of your own being, right? So once we find the center of our being, that's when we're at peace, right? And Bashar also talks about different timelines, the same thing Dolores talked about. Being able to access different timelines based on your vibration, based on your energetic frequency, right? So when we raise our frequency and we start to embrace more love and peace, and we're feeling that in the internal world, and we can actually shift to that optimal timeline. We can still see things that are happening in the world, but we don't have to experience those things, right? So again, this is very esoteric information, but something that maybe not a lot of people are talking about. However, I wanted to come out and maybe speak about some things that I've been doing some research on, and that kind of hit home with me. These alternate timelines, once again, it's very hard to wrap your mind around. Just remember that we're a vessel right now. We are, human beings. We're limited to, our limited thinking, and experiences, things like that, and we're very dense. Whereas, these other entities that are, extra dimensional and can do whatever they want, there's no limits whatsoever. They know that, there's a lot more going on. Like they can grasp what we can't really grasp, right? So you got to really kind of let go of the egoic beliefs and the identity, and just realize that there's so much more to life that we don't know. We're never going to find out all the answers while we're here, but we can still, speculate and kind of understand what's going on. And for me, I'm seeing that, across the board, I'm seeing, especially with the Dolores Cannon work, like she did hypnosis on thousands of patients, and it was so consistent with, she said that she was able to access a part of their mind, or the subconscious, whatever it was, where this information would come through, and it would come through in the same voices. They would tell her about everything about life, and it just all makes so much sense. It all makes so much sense. and she wrote 22 books. So highly suggest going out researching, Dolores Cannon and Bashar. If you guys are looking for a deeper meaning of life, if you guys are looking for, more answers. And I've always been the type of person to, go out and try to figure out why I'm here and what my purpose is and what we're all doing here as a collective and what I can do to help other people, raise their vibrations and realize who they truly are. And once I kind of went out and started doing my own research and, meditating and becoming aware of my true nature, then life started becoming very interesting and synchronized. And life started becoming a beautiful journey, right? So that's why I'm a very happy person, and I emanate a lot of love, because I just truly know who I am, and my essence is love. That's what we all are, but the unfortunate part is we're all, shadowed by this illusion of self-identity, of separation. We need to realize that we are, one, that there is no separation whatsoever, and that the same energy runs through each and every one of us. And once we realize this, and we eliminate the separation of illusion, then we will all start loving a lot more, and in turn we're going to create a better world for ourselves. We're going to shift to the most optimal timeline full of things that you just want, right? So it's very important to focus on what you want instead of what you don't want right now. Now is the time, with this shift in consciousness, with this great awakening. It is so important to focus on what you want instead of what you don't want. So I'm always focusing on the love. I'm always focusing on the most optimal timeline that I would like to experience, what I would like to experience in my life moving forward, instead of what is going on out there. It's very easy to focus on these things, guys, but you have to realize that your inner world is a reflection of your outer world. So this is exactly what Bashar was saying. Like, you need to stay in the eye of the storm. Don't run away from it. You don't need to let it consume you, but just stay in a place of peace. Stay in the middle of it. And you can watch it all around you, but don't let it affect you, right? So once again, a metaphor for just, going within and being inside of yourself and understanding who you truly are, and then you're going to be at peace with it. And once you're at peace, you're going to start to shift to the most optimal timeline. Like, no one has to be left behind here. No one's going to be left behind here. We just need to start realizing, who we truly are, and start waking up to our true identity and our true nature, and start to vibrate at a higher frequency. Like, everything in the universe vibrates, nothing rests, everything moves. That's proven by science. Like, everything moves, right? So when you start vibrating at a higher frequency through meditation, through being out in nature, positive affirmations, eating the right foods, drinking the right water, all these things will help you raise your vibrational frequency. You're going to start to access information that you weren't able to access before. You're going to start getting these epiphanies and downloads, and you're going to start understanding more about life and understanding more about why you're here and who you are and what your purpose is, right? So it's pivotal right now to start raising our vibrational frequencies, to start shifting to the most optimal timelines, to start doing some research, to start going outside of the box and outside of the five senses. Because once we start doing that, then we're going to start to find out what our purpose is. Why are we here? We're going to start to fulfill our soul mission on earth, our soul mission in this universe. We're going to start to fulfill this. And once we do that, we start getting showered with abundance, because now you're doing God's work. You're doing the universe's work. You're working to please others, to help others, should I say. And this is exactly when life becomes a beautiful journey, right? So this is what I'm experiencing right now, guys. I started walking into my true identity, my true nature. I started helping as much people as possible and spreading my truth. Always speak your truth, no matter how much your voice shakes, no matter how much other people might not agree with you, or hate you for it, or come at you with hate, or whatever, or lose friends, any of that. It doesn't matter. Always speak your truth. Always speak your true nature, because it will help you in the long run. It will help you step into who you truly are, and it will shower you with unlimited abundance and let you live your free life, the life that you've always wanted to live. This is the key to doing it. So while all this stuff is going on, I urge you just to stay in the eye of the storm. I urge you to stay in the center of your being. And I urge you to be at peace and harmony with yourself and all that is. And understand that we are all one and that there is zero separation. And once we can adapt this into our identity, then you guys are going to be living the most absolutely beautiful, synchronized, harmonious, wonderful life possible. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say today, guys. So I hope this inspired some of you just to, figure out who you truly are, to raise your vibration, to stay in the eye of the storm, if you will. And I just want you guys to know that I love you so, so much, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you. So once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, press that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But for now, we'll part ways. So peace, love, and have a glorious day. Whew. That raised my vibration to incredible frequencies. I love doing this for you guys. I love doing this every single day. Peace.